Hi, good morning, everybody. As Matt said, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedules to join us for the next in our webinar series. I'm Maya Holzmer, sales engineer here at Automation Components, and today I'm going to run through all of the products that we have available in our pressure line. I've been with ACI now going on 5 years, and in that time frame we have added 3 new products to this line. So it's absolutely an area that we continue to innovate in to be sure that we're keeping up with the needs of the industry and the desires of our customers. ACI makes products for both dry air and inert gas applications, as well as wet and other harsh media applications. And today I'd like to start out with the products that we have for dry air and inert gas needs, beginning with our LP2. The LP2 is a unidirectional or positive pressure transducer. It's good for pressure ranges from 0 to 1 inch of water column up to 0 to 20 inches of water column. And output selections are 1 to 5 volts, 2 to 10 volts, or 4 to 20 milliamps. It is field selectable, so you get pressure ranges and outputs in each version. There's a few different versions available, each one with 2 to 4 selectable pressure ranges. And because we take this targeted approach to your pressure selectability, you're going to get accuracies on this unit that are as high as plus or minus 0.85% of full-scale output, and that is a guaranteed accuracy no matter what pressure range you're using it on. You can get it with or without an LCD display, and this is a perfect unit for distributors, contractors with service trucks, or anybody that needs a little extra versatility in their pressure transducer because they're just not sure what they're going to run into every day. We also have a DP2. This one's going to be uni or bidirectional, so positive or negative pressure capability. The lowest pressure range available is 0.1 inches of water column, good for ranges up to 0 to 10 inches of water column. Again, it's range and output selectable. Output choices on this one are 0 to 5 volts, 0 to 10 volts, or 4 to 20 milliamps. This one is sold primarily for critical applications like building static, pressure between rooms, filter pressure drop, clean rooms, because you are going to get accuracies on this unit that are as high as plus or minus 0.3% of full scale. So it's pretty darn close to a laboratory grade device at a fraction of the cost. It's also available with or without an integrated pitot tube. Okay, so Matt gave you a little bit of a teaser before we started the presentation, and I know that it was also on your invite. We talked about the fact that we've got an exciting new announcement to make. I'm not going to make you wait until the end of the presentation. I'm going to let you in on the secret right now. ACI's engineers are in the home stretch of adding yet another new product to our pressure line. They are working to take the very best attributes of both the LP2 and the DP2 and combine them into one awesome new product called the DLP. Some of the features that you're going to find on this unit are going to be pressure ranges up to 40 inches of water column, both uni and bidirectional pressure capability, accuracies as high as 0.25% of full-scale output, field selectability of both pressure ranges and outputs, integrated pitot tube option, optional LCD display, and a sleek new housing that's going to allow for easy access internally to make all of your adjustments. We are super excited about this product, and so if this is something that you would like to hear more about, please let your sales engineer know so that they can keep you up to date as we have more information available. The goal is to have prototypes ready to show you by the ASHRAE show. Next up is our MLP. The MLP is pretty unique. You're not going to find a unit like this in every other pressure manufacturer's product line. It's good for unidirectional or bidirectional pressure ranges. The lowest pressure we can make is plus or minus 0.5 inch of water column, up to 0 to 20 inches of water column. Output choices are 0 to 5 volts, 0 to 10 volts, or 4 to 20 milliamps. This unit is calibrated at the factory, so we set it up at ACI specifically for your needs. Don't let that scare you. You guys know how fast our lead times are. We should be able to get product into your hands in just a matter of a few days. It's very compact, has a small footprint, so fits in almost any application. And it's also very economical. This one is really meant for OEMs, panel manufacturers, or even controls contractors that have the spec in their hands. They know what their needs are. They've got a couple of days to get the product in, and they really just don't want to pay for selectable technology if they don't need it. I'd like to show you a quick video to give you a little bit of a size reference on this because it really is a nice compact package. So here we have the MLP being held by Matt in our marketing department. You can see that it fits really nicely right on the ends of his fingertips. It does have a pluggable terminal block for your electrical connections, so you can wire it up and then plug it back in, which is very nice if you're in a tight space. It has a push button auto zero feature. Don't let that scare you. You have to hold that button in for a few seconds before it performs the function. And it also has rugged brass ports for your pressure connections. ACI offers NIST certificates. We can do 3-point or 5-point certs for most of our pressure products. We typically get requests for these when we're selling the DP2s because, you know, the critical nature of the projects that unit is used in, I think, just necessitates NIST. But we can do it for other products as well. So if you have a spec where you're looking for NIST certificates, please ask more about our capabilities. Now I'd like to shift over and talk about the products that we make for wet media and other harsh media applications. And this is going to include not only water, but also chilled water, steam, refrigerant, ammonia, and other harsh media. I'm going to start out with our WPR2. This is the newest addition to our pressure line. It is a differential wet pressure transducer, good for pressure ranges up to 0 to 300 psi-D. There are two versions available. They're both range and output selectable. There's a 100 psi version for your smaller differential pressures and a 300 psi version for your higher differential pressures. Output choices include 0 to 5 volts, 0 to 10 volts, and 4 to 20 milliamps. And you can see by the image on your screen that this is a remote sensor style design, which is really meant to save you time and money in the installation process because you've got two independent pressure transducers on leads that go back to your NEMA 4X housing. So you can carry those transducers right up to the taps on your pipes and thread them on. You do not have to do all of that copper piping like you would have to if you're using a unit where the sensors are fixed in the housing. So because you're not doing all that copper piping, you're not building in a lot of air that needs to be bled off on the startup process. And the fact that we're using the independent pressure transducers, which give you very high proof and overpressures, is also going to get you away from needing any type of bypass valve assembly. So this should not only be a time savings for you, it should also offer some parts cost savings. Now I want to show you a video of one of these in a real world installation. So you can see how the sensor taps onto the pipe. You can see the leads going back to the housing. You'll get a nice view of the big LCD display option, and you can see how easy it is to get inside and make any adjustments that you might need to in the field. But you've got your sensor there tapped onto the pipe. Here's the lead pretty soon. Our standard lengths are 10 feet. We have a 20-foot option available. Here you see the unit. With the big LCD display, you've got your differential pressure, your high side and your low side showing. And then here is the hinged cover, which allows easy access inside if you need to change your pressure setting, perform an auto zero function, adjust your output, whatever the need may be. Now, if you have not yet asked your sales engineer about this unit, please do so. I mean, we are having a ton of customers who have tried it, just validating for us the fact that this is a huge time saver in installation. Even if you've used other remote sensor styles from other manufacturers, please take some time to learn more about ours, because there are 3 things that make it unique. First off is going to be that LCD display. You've got all of your information available at your fingertips all of the time. That's the differential pressure, the high side and the low side, all showing. It's not having to scroll through anything. Second, we have some of the highest proof and burst pressures on the market right now. The 100 PSI version is going to give you a proof pressure of 300 PSI and a burst of 1500 PSI. The 300 PSI version gives you proof pressures of 600 PSI and burst pressures of 1500 PSI. And third, and I think most importantly, our unit is guaranteed to give you a plus or minus 1% full-scale output accuracy no matter what pressure range you are using it on, even if you have it at the smallest setting. ACI makes all of its own products at our factory in Middleton, Wisconsin. We are an ISO 9001 certified manufacturer. Everything we make comes with a 5-year warranty, and it is our top priority to make sure that we are manufacturing high-quality products that you're going to feel confident installing in your projects. And here's just a little video showing you the manufacturing of one of the WPR2s, the calibration process, and the assembly. Our GP is going to be for gauge water or harsh media applications. It's got a rugged stainless steel construction. There's a 2-wire 4 to 20 milliamp output, which you can easily convert to VDC in the field with use of a resistor. We do stock pressure ranges as low as 0 to 15 psi-G, up to 0 to 3000 psi-G. Of course, we have some standards that we keep in stock, and some of those standards are 0 to 100p, 0 to 200p, 0 to 500p. For a full listing of those standards, you could go to our website at workaci.com and pull up the spec sheet, or simply ask your sales engineer to shoot you a copy. The unique thing about this device is it's guaranteed to hold its accuracy not only over the full calibrated pressure range, but also over the full compensated temperature range. And there's a couple different accuracies available depending on which pressure range you're using. The lower pressures are going to have accuracies of plus or minus 1% of full-scale output. Higher pressures are going to be plus or minus 0.5% of full scale. And you can kind of see those spelled out for you there on the slide if you wanted a little more information. ACI does make a line of accessories to go along with all of our transducers. Some of those accessories include pickup ports. We have those available in both room and outdoor air configurations. We have a line of pitot tubes in static, differential, and velocity configurations. And we also sell a line of pigtail siphons. And we strongly recommend the use of these siphons in any steam or other high temperature application where you need to bring the temperature of the media down to something safe enough for the GP or the WPR2 to read. We have pressure switches available for you. These are all going to be for dry air or inert gas. The lowest pressure ranges are plus or minus 0.07 inches of water column, up to 12 inches of water column. Variable set points are available. All of them are going to have single pole, double throw relays. And you can get both manual and automatic resets. Finally, we also make a line of E to P or I to P transducers. So if you need to take an electronic signal and convert it to pressure or pneumatic, we've got our EPC and PXP lines with available both with a variety of features and options. We classify these into our line of interface devices, so I'm not going to give you a ton of information on these today because I'm really hoping that you're going to tune in next month when Brant gives the next in our webinar series, where he's going to go over the full line of interface devices. So he'll talk more about these and the other products that we have available in that line, which are just a really good group of problem solvers for you. That is scheduled to take place next month, October 26th, and you'll be seeing Brant's smiling face again for that one. If you guys have any ideas about webinars that you would like to see us put on, or even if you'd like us to develop something specific for you, whether it be for internal training needs or something that you'd like to show your customers, let us know. We've got a phenomenal marketing department that can put together just about anything you can dream up. I want to thank you all for joining me today. I am going to open it up now to questions. And if for some reason we don't get to your question, don't worry. We will contact you via email afterwards to make sure you get an answer. Or if at any time you want to talk about a pressure project in more depth, contact your sales engineer or give me a call. Anybody is happy to talk to you, and we're happy to help out with this. Thanks so much. Okay. I see a question here. It says, is it okay to use the WPR2-300 in all applications? And I assume meaning all differential wet applications. And I would say that you wouldn't want to choose necessarily the 300 PSI version for any application. You want to make sure you know what your maximum line pressure is going to be and about what your differential is going to be, just so that you're making the best choice to ensure best accuracy and best resolution, because we do have that 100 PSI version available for your smaller pressure needs. Can the WPR2 series be used in outdoor applications? And we would not recommend that at this time. It's due to the leads that run between the sensors and the housing. They're not rated for outdoor use, and they could break down with exposure to UV light. What device should I use to maintain building space pressure at 0.05 inches of water column? I would absolutely recommend our DP2 series for that application. It's going to have the lowest range capability, so 0.1 inches of water column. You know, don't be worried because you're saying that you're trying to stay as close to, stay at 0.05. With the resolution of that device and the guaranteed accuracies that are superior or better than 1% of full scale, we could absolutely monitor 0.05 inches of pressure, no problem. It would be very accurate. So I would take a closer look at the DP2. Let's see. Let's see if we have any others coming up here.
Does anybody else have any other questions for Maya? We've got Maya standing by here, and we also have Rob Capino standing by via chat. So we'll hang out for another few minutes if anybody does have any questions, but if anybody doesn't, then we will be sure to get this recording out to anybody sometime probably tomorrow with another email from ACI, or check our social media pages because we will also be posting it on there.
I do see a question here from Neil, and I think I'm actually going to let Rob take that one, but it's asking, is there a way to get an individual output of both sensors as well as the DP on the WPR2? And like I said, I'll let Rob answer that one more in depth, but from what I believe is the electrical output, meaning the current or the voltage output that you're going to tie into your controller, is going to be the differential between the two. However, if you get the LCD version, you would have access visually to see both what the high side and the low side are doing. Does the wet differential pressure transmitter come with armored conduit? Not at this time. That is something that we are working on, but as of right now, we do not have that available.
know.
Okay. All right. We are going to wrap this up for today. I just want to thank everybody for joining us. Again, if something did not get addressed, please feel free to either contact your sales representative or myself at ACI. 800 number is 888-967-5224. You can also contact Rob Kapanos at any time with any more technical questions, and we'll be sure to get you answers to all of those. Thanks so much. Everybody have a great day.